The statue exercise.
Inspired by Brazilian educator Augusto Boal and Johann Galton, founder of peace studies, the statue exercise shows the 3 types of violence, as well as means to transform these types of violence through personal intervention.
This exercise is illustrative in order to reflect on the 3 types of violence: direct violence, cultural violence, and structural violence, which are gathered together under the connotation of the violence triangle. This triangle resembles an iceberg with a very little space on top which is visible and a lot being underneath the ocean, the invisible violence. Building upon the triangles, the exercise uses the spectators as sculptures of change and aims to inspire and empower. How it works? The participants are divided into 3 groups. Each group illustrates one particular type of violence. Direct violence, one group, structural violence, the other group, and cultural violence, the third group. When illustrating the 3 different types of violence, the spectators are invited to be sculptors. They will have the role to sculpt the statue in such a way in which the violence illustrated is transformed towards a positive income. The one person that cannot be changed in the sculpture is the oppressor, the one that seemingly causes most violence. The position of the statue can be changed, but the aggressor cannot be replaced. People can work on position, gestures, facial expressions, and so on. It is their choice at what level of violence they decide to intervene. Some important aspects that have been presented by the participants who took part in this type of exercise are around the presumptions that first, all the 3 types of violence, direct, cultural, and structural, are intertwined. In every violent act, there are direct aspects, structural aspects, and cultural aspects. In every violent act, there is what we see, but also there are structures that hold the violence in place and the cultural norms that justify the violence. One has to work a lot on the cultural and structural violence due to the fact that they last in time and due to the fact that they are not the visible aspects.
In a world in which problems are created to be solved by others, this exercise shows the complexity of violence, the many actors involved, as well as one's own role and agency for change. Be the change that you want to see in the world, said Gandhi. Sculpt the change that you want to see in the world, we say through this exercise.